Good morning, mon petit, and welcome back to my channel. We are officially back on home soil, back in the New Forest, and back well and truly into autumn mode. Oh my goodness me, the temperatures here in the UK have dropped so suddenly. We actually got back at 2 AM, not last night, but the night before last, or I guess the morning, literally yesterday, when you think about it. And it was so cold in the house, we literally had to turn the heating on at 2 in the morning because it was freezing. And obviously being away in Croatia in 29 degrees, that was quite the shock to come back to. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of loving this chill in the air. We have beautiful weather this week, which does make coming home a little bit easier when it's just like a really beautiful, crisp, sunny autumnal day. And I feel like it is officially time now that I'm back. The summer holiday has been and gone. If you haven't caught up on my little Croatia vlog, I'll leave it linked down below. You can see what we got up to for the week that we were away. It was the perfect end to summer, but now that we are back and are well and truly into autumn mode, it is time to do the wardrobe switchover. I am not going to be needing my summer pieces anymore. We are well and truly into knitwear, coats, jacket season, and so I need to start doing that switchover, bringing out my pieces that I had in storage from the year before and saying goodbye to those summer items. I have to say, I love doing this. I feel like it's obviously a little bit, what's the word? A little bit repetitive year on year doing it. But I actually find it so much more beneficial with regards to just making my wardrobe more exciting. I feel like when you keep those pieces out and you see them time and time again, you don't get that like excitement to wear them. Whereas whenever I do this and I bring these pieces out from storage, I literally feel like I'm shopping my own wardrobe. I feel like I get to rediscover and reignite my love for so many of my favorite autumn winter pieces. So it is time to do the autumn wardrobe switchover, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually quite excited by it. So I was actually chatting to a friend the other day about my wardrobe switchover, and she gave me the most genius idea that I feel like I'm going to implement every single seasonal switchover now, which is to bring out a rail. There's me in the mirror. Oh hey, literally had to fish out my slippers from storage because I have not been wearing them all summer and it is so chilly. These are a little pair of UGG slippers which are looking a little bit worse for wear now. I'm not gonna lie, I think this winter I might need to invest in a new pair. But getting out a rail, and I think this is so clever because it basically means that you don't have to like run back and forth, you don't have to like chuck the pieces on your bed or make a mess in another room. You can literally just hang up all of the pieces that you're going to be saying goodbye to and then switch them over with the pieces that you're going to be putting into the wardrobe. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense in my head. So I've got my rail out, ready to go. I'm going to start with the summer dresses. This is the wardrobe that I have to say I think I'm going to be so sad to say goodbye to because I love my summer dresses. There are definitely pieces that don't necessarily have to go away. I mean, my gorgeous new Love and Roses dress is definitely going to be staying out because can you imagine, oh, got caught there. Can you imagine this for some Christmas parties, like the beautiful red? If you're someone who doesn't like a lot of like glitter, you don't like going for sparkles at Christmas, but you want to be festive, that is beautiful. It would also be amazing for a Christmas wedding. I know some people say not to wear red to a wedding, but for me, I think red is such a wedding colour. But there's definitely a lot of items that I can say goodbye to. This beautiful little Hobbs dress, I absolutely adore. The Suzanne number, which I feel like I didn't really get much wear out of this year. But I don't always like saying goodbye to things too quickly. I feel like especially when you're kind of out of the season, it can be really difficult with regards to deciding whether to keep pieces or not. So what I quite like to do is put them in storage and then I can obviously like decide as we get to the new season, so as it hits spring next year, whether it's something I feel like I'm going to wear. I do absolutely adore this dress there. We've got some linen numbers, which I absolutely adore. This polka dot dress, which I wore so much this year. It's so lovely to see the pieces that I wore and loved. As you can see, I do have a few jackets that I just kept in this wardrobe. And this is what I mean. I'm not excited to wear these because I have literally been seeing them sitting there all of summer. Even if I haven't actually been wearing them, I've still been seeing them. Whereas I feel like I'm so much more excited about, you know, my big woolen coats and getting those out because I've literally had them in storage. I also have kept a few knitwear pieces at the top, which I just reach for quite a lot actually, even in the summer. But it's time to say goodbye to the straw hats, time to say goodbye to the dresses, time for the big old switchover. Right, I'm going to try not to get too upset when putting these pieces away. Let's start with skirts. I feel like there's definitely probably a couple of skirts that we can say goodbye to. The little pink slip skirt, I feel like is something I'm probably not going to be reaching for throughout the winter months. I absolutely adored styling it up in spring, summer, but it's not a very wintry colour. And this little Suzanne skirt, I absolutely love it. It actually comes with a matching top, which I think next spring I might have to invest in because I just love a matchy set. But obviously linen, we can definitely say a goodbye to. I'm also thinking maybe this little Reformation slip skirt. It's a silk skirt. It's so lightweight, so summery. I have to say I am quite lucky with regards to my storage that I've got for my clothes. It's not up in a loft, in a box. It's not inaccessible. It's actually in my Nancy Meyer's office in the wardrobe in there. It's a wardrobe that 99% of the time has boxes or new PR pieces, a lot of things in front of it. So it's not like an easily accessible wardrobe. It's not really one that I open a lot. However, it does mean if I want to, I can still get these pieces out. I can still reach for them if, you know, the occasion does arrive. If I like have an event that I get invited to and the theme is pink, this is probably the only pink thing that I have in my wardrobe. So she is still reachable, which I do find really, really handy. Right, let's move on to dresses. What have we got? Oh, this Fabrique number. I know so many of you guys absolutely adore this. This beautiful little like linen-y, lightweight floral dress. I loved wearing that this summer. I also have some pieces. You should have seen the house after coming back from Croatia yesterday. Yesterday, after getting in so late, was basically washerwoman day. I think I did 4, if not 5 loads of washing in the end, and it was a really nice sunny day, so I could get the pieces outside. If you live in the UK, or I think anywhere in Europe, it's a real European thing that we love hanging items outside. Whenever it's sunny, you like get the bed sheets on the line, get the pieces outside so you can get them air dried. And because of that, it does mean some pieces like this dress, it's a linen number, is obviously very creased up. However, I always have a bit of a ritual whenever I do these kind of like switchovers. I never like pulling pieces straight out of storage and then just wearing them. I find they can sometimes, even if they're fresh like this, oh, it smells so fresh and clean. It smells like our washing powder. I find after spending 6 months in storage, can smell a little bit stale. Can just be a little bit, you know, not exactly what we want to be wearing. So I find that it's not really worth ironing or steaming or like getting all of the creases out of this dress before it goes straight into storage. What I would rather do is put it in storage looking like this, and then when I bring it out in spring, summer next year, I'll give it another wash, I'll give it another iron, another steam, and then get the pieces looking good for then. Oh, all of these linen numbers, which I absolutely adore. Can you tell I'm a little bit of a white dress addict? I absolutely love them. Honestly, I feel like I can just pull these out in big chunks. So many of these dresses that I need to say goodbye to. This beautiful little Suzanne number, I absolutely adore. Oh, this is from Hobbs. As is this, which I am chucking on the ground, the beautiful dress that I wore to my friend's wedding. I actually got this dry cleaned after the wedding, so it's really nice and clean. But as I said, I can get it cleaned again before spring, summer next year. Suzanne pieces, a little white company dress. I love that so, so much. And then my engagement dress, my little Forever New number, which just will always hold such a special place in my heart. Polka dot halter neck. Oh, I absolutely adored that this summer. Abercrombie little puff sleeve. That is so, so beautiful. I feel like I'm really starting to create a curation of dresses that I can kind of pull out every single year. I really love the idea of having a capsule wardrobe of items that just stand the test of time, look absolutely beautiful. That it actually has a little bit of makeup on. I might put that in a separate pile and take that to the dry cleaners actually before putting it away, because there is nothing worse than having makeup on the collar, leaving it for 6 months, and then finding when you come back to it, it is just an impossible task to get out. So it's always good to get those stains and marks out whilst you can. Okay, that is all of the dresses out, and honestly, I cannot tell you how easy this has been to do it with the rail. I feel like this is a game changer, just bringing out a rail. So we literally just have a wardrobe filled with transitional, autumnal, wintry pieces, which I absolutely adore. So we've got jackets here, which I must say, I am excited to wear these. We've got a lot that I absolutely adored last summer, like the Clive trench, I absolutely love. I sized up in this and I kind of regret that I did, because it is a very oversized fit, but I absolutely love the lining on it. I know a lot of petite girls ask me about this, and it is a petite girl friendly coat. I would just say stick to your normal size and it still will give you a slightly oversized look. This Hobbs number, oh my gosh, I I'm so excited to wear this. I actually have already worn this once this season on a bit of a rainy day, and it just got me so excited for cozy weather, and I'm really excited for the return of the cape. If you watched my autumn winter trends video, you will know that capes are back in force, and this Burberry cape I actually got from Bicester Village 2, maybe 3 years ago, and I just feel like I bring it out every single year. It's so handy as an extra little layering piece. Let's say you're commuting into London, it's great to use as a blanket. Let's say you're going out for dinner, you can chuck it over your shoulders. If you're a little bit cold in the restaurant, you can put it over the top of coats, you can put it obviously over the top of outfits. I love a trench. I will always be a trench advocate. Trench? No, a cape advocate. I absolutely adore them. So that has given us a lot of space. Oh, I can probably say goodbye to this too, actually. Don't think I'll probably wear this. It's quite spring summery. We'll put that away, and then if I do have an event that's maybe a little bit more formal, I can still reach for it. But yes, okay, a lot of space ready for the knitwear, the jackets, the coats. Before we do that, I might continue with the pulling out process, because I feel like starting with a blank canvas is just so much nicer. So I might actually come to this wardrobe, which I think is actually going to be a little bit more tricky, because there's a lot of items that are a bit more trans-seasonal. We've obviously got my kind of like shorter jackets and blazers, which I absolutely adore. My new Holland Cooper fleece, which I love. So many of you guys said that you preferred the olive colour, and I think I have to agree. But things like blazers, I feel like are a little bit more trans-seasonal, you know, especially colours like this brown, this beautiful burgundy. I find myself reaching for all throughout autumn and well into winter. We've also got a couple of little tops which work really well underneath, kind of like jumpers and things. So I might just pull a few bits out that I feel like I'm not really going to be reaching for, you know, like tank tops, maybe my kind of like silk shirt. This is a very summery shirt, this one, and we can just get this wardrobe ready for the new pieces to come in. Doesn't it really annoy you when hangers do that? I absolutely hate that. But yeah, we'll get this wardrobe ready, and then we can start filling it with pieces from last year. So wardrobes are looking very autumn winter appropriate. Honestly, it's just exciting me so much seeing all of the like darker tones, the beautiful browns, the tweeds, all of the shades of autumn. I am honestly just so excited to wear all of these. This Holland Cooper cape in particular, I cannot to wear. It's just the most beautiful tweed cape. It's like a really nice length. It's not too long, really unique in its design, being a kind of like cape coat with the most incredible faux fur collar, which I feel like looks a little bit squished having been in the wardrobe, but hopefully that will be able to kind of bounce back a little bit. They do still do this actually, so I'll leave it linked down below if you do like it, but they do have a few other variations if maybe you don't like the fur or you like a slightly different pattern. I also cannot wait to wear this beautiful mango tweed like military style jacket. This is such an autumn piece. This is just getting me so excited for the coming season. But next on the agenda is the bag wardrobe, because I don't like to fold my knitwear. Wherever I can, I always like to, no, I don't like to hang my knitwear, I like to fold it, because especially those like heavier pieces, I find that if you hang them too much, they can like misshapen, they can kind of like stretch a little bit. So I always try and fold them on my shelves, and this wardrobe is full of shelves, so it's the perfect place for all of my knitwear. If you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even like about a month ago now, I think it was, we did almost like a bit of a pre-autumn wardrobe organize, particularly in this wardrobe. So things like my shoes are very ready for autumn. We've got like my beautiful little suede ballet flats, which I'm so excited. My new ones from Holland Cooper. These suede loafers, honestly, I have been wearing non-stop. I absolutely adore them. They're just so comfortable. I really want them to do them in like a chocolate brown for autumn. I think would just be absolutely beautiful. But we do need to do a bit of a switchover with regards to bags. It is time to say goodbye to the summer designer handbags. Even these ones I feel like I could say goodbye to and swap out for some more kind of like seasonal handbags, some more autumn winter appropriate bags. Sunglasses are definitely going to be staying. As you can see, I have very much been spilling over my perfume collection. I feel like this year has been the year of discovering new perfumes for me. I have been absolutely adoring the Jimmy Choo I Want Choo perfume. I've been reaching for that so much. And this one, I don't think I've actually had a chance to talk to you guys about, but this is my current favorite, the Perfect Absolute from Marc Jacobs. Oh my goodness me. If you like the kind of fragrances I like, a little look at my perfume collection. If there's anything that you like and recognize, you are going to adore this. This is basically everything that I love tied together in a perfume. It's got jasmine, which is always like my favorite floral scent, but has some really like rich ambery notes as well, which I absolutely adore. So it makes it a little bit more kind of like autumn winter. And how beautiful is that bottle? I love the lid. I feel like it feels so special. I almost want to keep this out on display. If we didn't have to turn the radiators on, I would literally put it over here because it matches perfectly with the decor. But obviously we don't want to be keeping our perfumes out in anywhere warm, anywhere that like the sun hits, so that stays in there. But it is one I've been reaching for so much. I'll leave that linked for you guys because you can actually shop it at Debenhams, which I feel like is so handy. So absolutely adore that. I've been reaching for that so much this season, and it's just getting me feeling very autumnal with my fragrance. So it's time to get autumnal with the shelves, say goodbye to the summer handbags, and welcome in the winter notes. It is the next day now, and I cannot tell you how good it felt getting ready this morning in my dressing room. I actually went to a spin class this morning, the first spin class since coming back from holiday, and wow, why is it that literally just a week away of not really doing much? We did a couple of Pilates sessions, and obviously I was swimming a lot whilst I was there, but I wasn't doing any, you know, spin classes, bar classes, anything like that. And wow, did I feel the just heaviness in my legs today. But I'm showered, I'm dressed, I'm freshly washed with lovely clean hair, and honestly, getting ready this morning was a dream. Just having all of my autumn winter pieces out in my wardrobe, it literally feels like I'm like within my autumn collection now. Does that make sense? Although saying that, I feel like I have literally put on the exact same outfit that I always wear. You know my motto, basic but not boring. We've got a little Zara knitted tee on today and my favorite Abercrombie trousers. I am such a creature of habit. I'm honestly the biggest Lizzie McGuire outfit repeater, which I do find becoming more of an outfit repeater has actually made these switchovers so much easier. Because I feel a couple of years ago when I used to do these, I just had so many pieces that I was sifting through, that I was swapping out, and actually ended up getting rid of because I would bring pieces out and they just wouldn't feel like me anymore. I would think, why on earth did I keep this from last summer? When do I think I'm going to wear it again? Whereas now, I feel like as I'm swapping pieces over, I'm so excited to wear them. I love them year on year on year, and 3, 4, 5 years down the line, I'm still excited to wear them for the new season. So I have just been getting myself ready for the morning, and I wanted to actually unbox a new serum with you. I recently went to a very exciting launch of a new serum called Janora. Now this is a very special serum. This is something that is quite the investment, is quite the addition into your skincare routine, but something I am so excited about. And I loved going to the launch because we got to hear from a panel of experts who literally worked on the launch, and the science, the research, the technology that has gone into this serum is absolutely incredible. So it is the Levagen Smart Face Serum, and it literally has patented technology for age proofing, backed by science, to rejuvenate skin brilliance. Literally just one product every single day, I mean morning and night if you want to. Look how beautiful this packaging is. Is that not just the most stunning bottle you have ever seen? I know it's still a little bit early to start thinking about Christmas, but I feel like this would be such a special Christmas gift. I feel like when it comes to skincare, sometimes it can be really difficult to like take the plunge on something new that you've not tried before, especially when it's a little bit more of an investment. Whereas I feel like buying it for someone else, obviously they're not having to like make the investment themselves. It's more of a treat, which I really love. So I'm so excited to add this into my routine. It honestly, it just looks like the most incredible, oh look at that serum that I absolutely love the smell of. Oh my gosh, the application is beautiful as well. Just hearing all of the experts and their passion talking about it has made me so excited to add this into my routine. Oh, I have a feeling this is going to become a dangerous addiction because I'm just going to need to repurchase this serum. That is beautiful. Now that the wardrobes are officially switched over, I feel like it is the perfect time to just really take stock of my autumn winter wardrobe. Think about what I'm missing. Think about those pieces that I feel like would be really great investments to fill a gap in my wardrobe. And I actually have a couple of new coats slash jackets to show you that I picked up from Cara Millen. I often get questions about like my favorite places to shop, and I have to say, when it comes to like high street outerwear, Cara Millen does the most incredible coats, jackets, blazers. And when I saw this trench on their website, I could not have added it into my basket any quicker. I have been on the hunt for like a beautiful light white cream, really like kind of like beigey toned trench coat for the longest time. I've got my Burberry in my collection, which I absolutely adore. As you've seen, my new gorgeous Hobbs one, which I love. The really lovely Cezanne Clyde trench coat, which is a little bit more casual, but I just wanted something that was maybe a little bit smarter and basically gave off Elizabeth James vibes from The Parent Trap when they're running to the bridal shop to do the shoot. That is exactly the vibe that I have been looking for in a trench coat, and I feel like I have finally found it. It is so beautiful with a kind of like double-breasted, gorgeous gold button detail. Obviously comes with the belt, and it's a really lovely full length. I talk about this a lot, but I really like full length coats as a petite girl, and it's so funny because I feel like a lot of petite girls are quite scared to wear a full-length coat. They think it drowns them, they think it swamps them. And I feel like with the right accessories and the right kind of styling, it doesn't. It just looks really elegant. You just look like you've been like covered in your coat, especially when it's something as beautiful as this. So I am very, very excited to add this into my autumn wardrobe. Oh my goodness me, this trench coat. I am lost for words. You know when you have a little bit of like a vision of how you want something to look, and I feel like it's very rare that that piece actually exceeds your expectation and is better than the vision you had imagined. This trench is exactly that. It is so beautiful. I mean, I am literally living my best Elizabeth James life. This is so stunning and exactly what I was hoping for. I love the kind of like creaminess in it. It's just such a beautiful colorway with the gold button details, and obviously you can cinch in the belt, or you can wear it a little bit more kind of like open, a little bit looser. It's funny actually, because I feel like even though this is a trench, oh wow, the sun has just come out there, hang on, goodness me, it's gotten so bright all of a sudden, but I feel like this coat is almost like a hybrid between a trench and a duster, because it has that lightness to the duster. It has that real like flexibility in it, but obviously the double-breastedness, the kind of like design details of a trench coat. I feel like it's a real mixture of the two, which just makes it the perfect piece of my autumn wardrobe. I love the full length of it. I just think it's so elegant, and the kind of piece that I definitely think I'll be able to style up during the day for like meetings, heading into London, but also this to me has got quite evening coat energy, which I really, really like. I think this is going to become such a staple in my autumn winter wardrobe. I could not be more in love. Now this other coat, I feel like I need to preface this a little bit before I actually show this to you, because I have broken a little bit of a cardinal rule of mine. I talk a lot about being a petite girl. What I find the most flattering, full length, is something I find really, really flattering, and cropped is something I find really really flattering, because I find with cropped jackets you get that like leg lengthening. The length that I've always steered clear from and always said that I would never add into my wardrobe is mid-length. And I have now gone and bought a mid-length jacket. However, when you see this, I feel like you can understand exactly why I did. This is the most incredible, almost like dressing gown style wrap coat in the most beautiful chocolate brown in this incredible kind of cropped mid-length style. And I feel like this with a pair of like wide leg trousers would just look incredible. And I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe, so despite the fact that it is breaking a little bit of a rule, I feel like there's still a lot of design details that I really like about this coat that will still make it really flattering. I love these like oversized lapels. I think they are really, really cool with this kind of almost like structured shoulder, and I feel like this knit in waist is what sold the coat to me. I find with most mid-length coats you don't get that kind of like cinched in, you don't get like a wrap or anything like that to bring your waist in, and that's what I feel like is going to be this coat's saving grace. So I think this might just become my new favorite autumn winter coat. A great one when it's like a little bit chilly but not quite full length coat weather, and I feel like this is another one that I'll be able to style up for like daytime as well as evening. So I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be such a gorgeous addition into my wardrobe, something a little bit different that I'm really excited to style up. Okay, be honest with me, was this worth breaking my rule for? Because I have to say, I think it was. I am so in love with how this looks. Again, this is another piece that I feel like has just exceeded my expectations. And as mid-lengths go, I feel like they can go from anywhere to kind of like the top of your thigh all the way down to your knee. And I feel like it's almost like shorter mid-length, especially with this gorgeous belted detail. The way that you can cinch in your waist is actually so flattering. I even like it with the outfit that I'm wearing today. I feel like it makes it a little bit more kind of daytime appropriate. It's the epitome of a basic but not boring outfit, and you know how much I absolutely adore those. And the fact that it's obviously nice and thick, it's this kind of like woolen material but shorter, I feel like it's perfect for that more kind of like autumn to winter transition when you don't need like a full-on winter coat, but it's still a little bit of a chill in the air. And even though I like it with this outfit for the day, I'm picturing it with like a black roll neck, a pair of black wide leg trousers, some heeled boots for a bit more of like an evening look. I feel like that would just look absolutely incredible. So it is safe to say this is definitely staying in my wardrobe. I could not be happier with how it looks, and I have to say I've broken my rule and I think it was definitely worth it. Goodness me. Do I look tired? I have literally spent the rest of the day on my laptop catching up with admin, emails, all of that fun stuff, but it is time to get my makeup off, to get into my PJs and snuggle down on the sofa. We have been re-watching Downton Abbey. After the new film came out, I felt like it was just an absolute must. I feel like there was a couple of series that I just love rewatching at like particular times of year. So Christmas is always Gavin and Stacey. I don't know why, but that to me is just like a Christmas watch. I think it's because they do 2 Christmas specials. So we absolutely love rewatching Gavin and Stacey at Christmas time. In autumn, it's Gilmore Girls, it's Downton Abbey, and then when it gets really chilly, it's All Creatures Great and Small. I watched that last year, and honestly, I want to watch it again this year because it was so good. In fact, that might be one to like say for Jan, Feb. I feel like that's such a great one to watch when the weather is miserable, it is so dark, it is so cold. Let me know what your go-tos are, because I always love discovering new programs or discovering what people's comfort programs are, because I feel like sometimes it's something I wouldn't expect or never would have thought to have watched, and actually I get into it and I absolutely love it. Like last year, All Creatures, so many of you guys were like, I have been watching this forever, Ellie. I cannot believe you were this late onto the bandwagon. But speaking of pampering, I am so excited for a little bit of a pamper night tonight, and I have a new product to try out and use with you guys, which I'm really excited about. I have heard so many things about this, and honestly, if it does everything that it says it's going to do, I feel like this is just going to be a miracle product. And these kinds of products, I have to say, they often sound like a gimmick. I'll be the first to hold my hands up and say, LED light masks, I honestly thought were gimmicks. I did not think that they were going to work in the way that they did. I did not think that they were going to be as noticeable within the results. And now every time I speak to people about LED light masks, whenever they say to me, oh, I'm a little bit skeptical, I'm like, no, I was the same, but trust me, they are incredible, absolutely incredible. So I'm really excited to give this a go because I feel like it's going to really help with a lot of things. It says here that it helps to lift, sculpt, smooth, clear and glow within your skin, and I really feel like my skin is needing it after a little bit of time obviously spent on the boat, spent eating all of the good food, drinking all of the good drink. So I thought that we could get our makeup off and give this a little bit of a test drive. I am really enjoying at the moment the Pearl Balancing Cleansing Balm. If you're like me and you like quite a thick greasy balm that just like melts your makeup away, this is just an absolute dream. Honestly, there is just no better time of day than taking off your makeup. Actually, taking off your bra, I would say, equals taking off your makeup. My 2 favorite times of day. So this is the device, and it literally looks like a little kind of bean. It's very odd with these 2 kind of dots onto it, but we just apply a little bit of this crystal gel, which I believe just kind of helps with regards to, is that the right way? No, that's the right way. I feel like it just helps with regards to targeting and knowing exactly what you want kind of like halo to basically zap, I guess is the best way. Maybe that's why it's called the zip, because it is zippity zapping over your skin. halo is on, beauty treatment is loaded up, and we are going to give it a go. I can literally feel it, almost like tiny little pins and needles, but not quite as intense as that. Can you hear that? It kind of vibrates every so often. Do you know what? If this is going to make me as snatched as this lady in the video, then I am going to be a very, very happy bunny. Okay, she has just said the one zone to kind of avoid is under your eye, so don't bring it too close to your eye. But you can literally bring it all around your cheeks, down your jawbone, up onto your forehead. Oh, I do like this actually, spending a little bit of time just to give a little bit more definition. This is lovely. And we're done. I have to say, I feel a little bit rejuvenated after that. I don't know if that's just placebo, but I like how easy it is. I like how quick it was. I definitely think it's going to take a little bit of practice and just a little bit of, I don't know, remembering to actually do it and add it into my routine. But I have to say, I really, really like my first attempt, and always love trying out and testing new like beauty devices. So let me know if you've got a zip halo, any advice, any tips. I am all ears. So I'm just about to go downstairs and make myself a herbal tea. I think it is going to be an early night on the cards tonight, because I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the wardrobe organizing that has taken it out of me, but I think after experiencing the boat and like living on it for a week, I have had what I can only describe this week as vertigo. Like, I have never spent obviously that much of an extended period of time, like an elongated period of time on a boat. I've been on cruises in the past, but I feel like the size is just uncomparable. And like, obviously they're so much stiller, they move so much slower, and they're just so much bigger. So I don't really feel like I can compare that, but I've never done like a week living on a yacht or living on a catamaran. And after having that week away in Croatia, this week I feel like I literally have vertigo. I keep getting these like dizzy spells. I think it's almost like Captain Jack Sparrow. You know when he can't walk straight on land but can walk perfectly straight on a boat? Maybe that's what it is. So I think it's going to be a bit of an early night tonight, and I'm going to make myself a herbal tea. In fact, I don't think I told you about this actually, but whilst we were on the boat, there was one day I was feeling a little bit travel sick. We'd done quite a lot of like sailing, and there was a lot of movement, and it was a little bit windy and a little bit choppy. And Maya, our hostess on the yacht, made me this herbal tea that honestly cured everything. I felt so much better afterwards, and when I asked her where she got the tea from, like what brand it was, she told me that she hand makes them. And before we left, she gave me a package with 10 tea bags in of her handmade tea, and also wrote down the ingredients that she puts in them so I can make them myself. So I'm going to go downstairs, make myself a lovely herbal tea, and have a lovely early night snuggling down to watch Downton Abbey. Honestly, we've just hit season 2, and I feel like this season is one of the best seasons. I know every single season pretty much by heart, but all of the storylines they still just hit just as hard every time you watch them. But anyway, I'm going to leave this vlog here. I really hope you guys enjoy doing a little bit of a switchover for me. If you have been planning on doing it this weekend, is your perfect opportunity, because I feel like the temperatures are really, really dropping already. And this weekend is going to be a bit of a rainy one, looking at the forecast, which I feel like is the perfect time to just utilize to really do the switchover, stay at home, light a candle, get cozy, and get ready for the new season. So I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. It always helps me out to know what kind of videos you guys enjoy, and I will see you in my next one. Oh, my stomach just started rumbling. Bye.